Okay, hello again. We're going to try to critique your informative speeches. And before we do that, let me just point out something that's in the syllabus. And I think it needs to be stated again. It's been stated a number of times. But if you look on the syllabus and you see on page 5 of the syllabus where it talks about the major speech presentations for this course are as follows, and I'm reading off my screen here. It talks about the introduction speech, the process speech, the informative speech, persuasive speech, and the special occasion speech. And then it says, note, all speech presentations must be completed to pass this course. I don't know how much more clearly that could be stated. All speech presentations must be completed to pass this course. Also, please read the part that says for every day late a speech comes in, it is subject to a deduction of points, and eventually you reach the point where it's of no value to send in the speech. All right, now let's talk about this particular round of speeches. In total, my biggest complaint about this round of speeches was that they didn't really do anything. I don't know. It was like, let's pick a topic, and let's do a topic that is so esoteric that only a few people would even be interested, and then let's see how boring we can make it in the process. You also had a couple of other challenges in there. The time requirement, 5 to 8 minutes. Many of you came up short, and a few of you went over on that. The delivery method says extemporaneous, but that doesn't mean you can't use notes. And many of you, as I read your discussion board comments, it is not the goal of this class to have you memorize an 8-minute speech. If that's what you're trying to do, you are doing this all wrong. You have notes that you can use in front of you, and from those notes you can talk to me. Do not speech at me. Do not memorize something. You have some horrible pauses, some of you in your speeches, where I can see that you're fighting to try to figure out, where am I supposed to be? What was I going to say here? And that's all part of the memorization thing. All right. The speaking outline and speaker notes, there are 2 of those things. Some of you did not provide both of those. The preparation outline is what the other one is referred to as. Visual aids. In a classroom, I can do a lot with visual aids. In your home, it is very difficult to try to show me a TV picture. Can't do it. TV does not work well showing a video image of a TV screen. Some of you held up things, not bad, but I have to be able to read them. And some of you just pretty well did some really faulty visual aids that just added absolutely nothing to what you were doing. You have to have sources. This speech required 3 sources. Now, what are sources? Well, obviously, they're things that you use to get the information you get. In a speech, as opposed to a paper you submit for English, in a speech, you must cite your sources in the speech. Obviously, you have to cite them on the materials you turn in, but your audience in a classroom never sees the paperwork you turn in. They only hear what you say. Therefore, you must cite sources in the actual speech. So as I've said before, as an illustration, if you say 10 people a day are killed in auto accidents in Indiana and go on to another fact, I'm going to be sitting there saying, where did you get that information? How do you know that? And you can't make that up. But you say, well, it was my bibliography. It said that according to the Indiana State Police. Well, I don't care about the bibliography. You need to say in your speech, according to the Indiana State Police, according to the National Safety Council. Now you have cited your sources. Most of you were horrible on citing of sources. All right? So those are the big things. And as we critique the speeches, you're going to start to see what we're talking about. Now, there are still a lot of points left on the table, and they're being left on the table consistently because you're not participating in the discussion boards. There are 60 discussion board points left right now. There are 390 points left in speeches. There are 40 points left in exam points. There's a total of 490 points left in this class. Now, if you get the regular score sheets, you'll see 900 to 1,000 is an A, 800 to 899 is a B, and et cetera, et cetera. You can look on the grade information I just sent out, and look at the very end, and you will see how many points you have right now in this class. And then you can do some adding. If you got all 490 of the remaining points, what would your grade be on the scale that is listed there in the syllabus? So, the rest of it is pretty much up to you. And let's see, do I have time to... No, I'm going to stop now, and we'll go into the speech critiques after this.